Good morning, Indian children. We are discussing the chapter conservation of plants and animals. Alright, and in previous class, I have explained some of the topics of the chapter like biodiversity. Okay, and now today I am going to discuss the next topic of the chapter, and the topic is threats of biodiversity. Threats of biodiversity. Threats means what? What are the different reasons because of that our biodiversity is going to affected? Clear? So those all are the threats. What are the different activities by which the biodiversity of a place is going to affected? So that is the threat. Alright? Understood? In Hindi you can say that what different functions means हम वो कौन कौन से कार्य करते हैं जिसके द्वारा बायोडाइवर्सिटी क्या होती है प्रभावित होती है ओके या बायोडाइवर्सिटी को खतरा है सो दैट इज द थ्रेट्स ऑफ बायोडाइवर्सिटी एंड द फर्स्ट थ्रेट इज deforestation. Get it? This is the first tree. This is the first activity. Deforestation, you know na? Cutting down of trees at large scale. That is deforestation. जब जंगलों से काफी ज्यादा ट्रीज को कट कर लिया जाता है तो उसे क्या कहेंगे डिफॉरेस्टेशन एंड दिस डिफॉरेस्टेशन इज वन ऑफ द reason because of that the biodiversity of that forest is going to affect clear because in the absence of trees and that forest what happened the animals those who are living there they will lose their home because forests are the home of wild animals they are living there and if that forest get cut so what will happen the animal will lose their habitats that is their homes. Okay, and in such condition, what will happen? In such condition, what will happen? They are not able to survive, or they will move towards the villages. They will move towards the villages, towards the cities, and there is a lot of danger for them because people mightly kill them. Is it? So the biodiversity is going to affect it because of deforestation. And this deforestation is responsible for the loss of habitats. Loss of habitats. Understood? Habitats what? The meaning of the habitat is clear or not? Habitat means that a place, a natural place where a kind of animal is living naturally. Naturally, that is their habitat. The animals are also kept in zoos, but the zoo is not the natural habitat. It is an artificial habitat. जू में सभी चीज़ों को क्या किया जाता है आर्टिफिशियली बनाया जाता है उनके लिए वाटर उनके लिए मीन्स दैट होम वेयर दे कैन लीव एवरीथिंग फूड अवेलेबल फॉर देम so these all are arranged in artificial manner but in forest they are living in their naturally means natural habitat natural home so here the meaning of the habitat is the same natural place where an animal a kind of animal or kind of living organism is naturally found and because of this deforestation the loss of habitat is going to occur. Yeah, an activity is given in your book just after this topic deforestation and the loss of habitat and it's written simply ask the elders how big your city was when they were children and compare it with the situation now. Understood what you have to do here? Simply you have to talk with your elders, either the elder brother, your father, your grandfather, your uncle, anyone and talk about the cities where you are living, the village where you are living. Now the area of that village or city, and before 10 years or 15 years, that area of the city, is that same? So you will get the answer, no, it is not same. Before that area was small, but as the population is going to increase, that area for living of the human beings also going to increase. And for increasing the area for living ourselves, simply what happened? Deforestation, cutting down of trees is going to occur. When the trees will get cut from the forest, then that buildings can be made, factories can be made, or the fields to grow crops can be made. Understood now? So simply you can conclude in this activity that the area is going to increase. Alright. And a major portion of the land needed for growth of cities that comes from cutting down forest. And how that area get increased? Because of cutting down of forest for fulfilling our needs, for fulfilling our requirements. Either for fulfilling the requirement to live, that is for making buildings, or to work, that is for making factories, or to grow crops, food for us, that is making fields, crop fields. So in these all conditions, what is going to occur? Forests are going to cut, deforestation is going to occur. Clear? So simply the definition is cutting down forest and using the land for other purpose is known as deforestation. Okay, understood the meaning? Now, this deforestation is done for the different reasons, and the reasons are listed there in the chapter. And the first reason why the deforestation occurs, so the first reason is to build homes, factories, roads, dams. These all are the reason for making the buildings where we can live, for making the factories where we can work, okay, for making the roads where the vehicle can run, for making the dams where the water can be stored. Okay, so because of these all reasons, forests are going to cut. The second reason is given there for farming. I told na, as the population will increase, so definitely the demand of food will increase. And to fulfill the demand of food, what we have to do? We have to grow more crops. Okay, अगर ज़्यादा लोग होंगे तो खाने के लिए खाना भी ज़्यादा चाहिए, और वो कहाँ से आएगा? For growing crops, more crops. So this is the second reason. That's why the forest is going to cut. And the third one is for mining of minerals such as coal, petroleum, and different ores. Mining of minerals. Minerals are found in earth. Coal and petroleum, that you are aware. Coal and petroleum are kind of minerals that obtained from the earth. Is it not? Which is the important source of energy. It is used as a fuel. Is it? A lot of factories are going to run by using coal. Petroleum, vehicles, factories, these all are going to run by petroleum products, say that diesel, say that petrol, say that kerosene. Okay, so to obtain them from the earth, from the inside the earth, the upside forests are going to cut. Get it? And the ores, a word is also given there, ores. Do you know that? Ores. Ores are actually the impure form of the metals. The metals are also found from in the earth, na? But they are found in impure form. So that impure form of the metals are known as ores. So they get obtained from the earth, and where they goes? They goes in industries, in factories, where they get purified. The pure metal get separated. Okay, so such impure form of metals are known as ores. Understood? So for these all reasons, either for obtaining coal or for petroleum or for ores, what occurs? Deforestation takes place. Now the next reason is there to get wood, which is used in construction for making what? Furniture and as fuels. This is also very common reason, and you must know that the furnitures are made mostly with wood. Okay. Okay, the tables, chairs, bed, sofas, they all. And from where that wood comes? By cutting down of the trees. Okay, now? So these all are the reasons because of that deforestation is going to occur. Overgrazing by cattle. Cattle means the animals who eat grasses, are plant, leaves and all. So overgrazing. Overgrazing means yes, overeating of the plants. Certain again and again after 1 day, daily or after 2 days. So overgrazing of by the cattle of the grasses or the plants, the cattle like sheep, the cattle like horses, etc. is also one of the cause of deforestation because the small plants are not allowed to grow. They get eaten by the such kind of animals, by the cattle. Okay, if your cattle say that you have cow or you have any other cattle say that goat, and that goat or cow is going to eat the plant or grass near to your house daily per day, so is any tree allowed to grow? No, na, because the small sapling need time to grow becomes a tree. Get it? So overgrazing is also one of the reason for deforestation. Alright. So overgrazing not only what destroy the grasslands but also trees in forests. These animals not only eats the grasses, they also eats the small plants who can be the large tree in future. Okay, so they get also eaten by them, and the young trees get eaten or killed by the trampling, and the lower leaves are eaten up and the roots and the trunks are injured. So just see that here the situations are given in your chapter, and the condition is given that trampling, the young trees get eaten or killed by trampling. It means the very small saplings are that plants who is going to just grow because of moving continuously the lot of cattle in the field. What they happen? Those small saplings are going to crush, they are going to break. Okay, and because of it, it's not allowed to grow, they are not able to grow, and this is known as trampling. Like as we are walking on the garden, suppose, so the small plants are the seedlings which are coming under our feet. They are going to crush, is it not? And while crushing, they are going to break and not allowed to grow. Clear? So trampling is one of the reason, and eating of leaves of the plants and grasses is another reason for deforestation by cattle. It takes place by cattle. Clear? Understood? Now, sometimes deforestation also occurs due to natural causes such as drought and forest fires, tsunamis, disease, and attack by insects and pests. These are also the cause of deforestation. Like the first one is drought. Drought is what? A condition when the rainfall not occurs for long time. So in such condition, the availability of water is going to reduce. ठीक है, अगर अगर बारिश बहुत दिनों तक नहीं होगी, पूरे साल नहीं होगी, so what will happen? Soil से पूरा water क्या हो जाएगा? Finish हो जाएगा, and in such condition plants are not allowed to grow, and the condition becomes drought. So this is also one of the reason of deforestation. Second condition is there, what? Forest fires. Sometimes fires occur. आग लग जाती है जंगल में. Is it by natural cause or by human beings? Human beings, like when the people are going for picnic and all, so they use, some people used to just burn the matchstick to burn fire there. Are those who are having the habit of smoking. Okay, so they used to burn the matchstick, use them and throw them. Get it? So by throwing the small sparks which are present in the matchstick is responsible to burn if they get fall on the dry leaves. अगर वो matchstick dry leaves, dry grasses पर गिरेगी तो क्या होगा? They will quickly catch the fire and slowly the overall area will comes under it. Is it? So this is the human-made reason and the natural reason because of lightning. Lightning is a natural process. So lightning, what happens in lightning? What happens in lightning? बिजली गिरती है तो क्या होता है? If it falls on a tree, say that, or on dry grasses or leaves, so it has a lot of heat energy, and that heat energy is responsible to what? Burn, bring the fire, and slowly the overall forest comes under it. So the forest fire is also one of the reasons. Alright? Understood everyone? And the next reason is what? Next reason is drought, forest fire and tsunamis. Tsunami is also a natural cause. When tsunamis occur, what happens? The air blows at very fast speed. Air blows with very fast speed. And while blowing the air at fast speed, the plants are going to uproot it. Is it? Because at that time, the speed of the air is fast. It have a lot of energy, kinetic energy, you can say that. And that energy is responsible for uprooting the trees and plants. Here are breakdown of the trees. And because of that, deforestation takes place. Next one was there, diseases. Like the diseases occurs in human beings, plant diseases are also there. Plant also suffer from some diseases. Okay, sometimes their leaves get yellowish, falls down, finally the tree get dry. Okay, lot of kind of these plant diseases are there, and those diseases are also responsible for what? Deforestation, because that disease gets spread from one plant to other, from other, like that. Okay, so plant diseases and the attack by insects and pests. You must have heard before few months that grasshoppers, millions of grasshoppers are going to fly and sit on a land, and the overall field get eaten by them. Again they used to move to other field. Is it not? So this insects when attack on the plants, what happened? They also damage the trees, also damage the plants, and finally deforestation takes place. Yeah, and any kind of pest, say that fungus, bacteria, virus, these all are a kind of pest. So they also responsible for damaging of the plants. Yeah. So these all are together threats of deforestation. Clear? Understood everyone? Now, come to the next. Wildlife trade. We are discussing about threats of biodiversity. So the first threat is deforestation. Second threat is wildlife trade. Because of this activity, the biodiversity is also going to affect it. And what is this wildlife trade? Wildlife trade term indicates for what? Illegal hunting, illegal killing of the animals to sell the different parts of their body in the market. You must have heard that skin of the animals are sold in the market. Is it not? Like the skin of tigers, skin of lions, skin of snakes and all. The tusk of the elephant, जो elephant के दांत होते हैं, वो भी market में sell होते हैं at high cost. So people are going to also kill that animals to get their tusk. Okay, so teeth and skin and bones of some of the animals, they are going to sold illegally in the market, and that is why people are going to kill the animals. Okay, and such activity is known as wildlife trade. Okay, so trade in exotic birds. The birds are also going to trade it, means are going to sold in market. And we generally used to keep the birds at our homes in cage, like parrots are very common. Generally the parrots are kept by the people now. So it is what? It is a kind of wildlife trade. Okay, it is a parrot is an exotic bird, means which is found in our country especially, and going to trade it. And the parts of animal, as already I have told, bones, teeth, skin. Okay, so these all are the reason, because of that our biodiversity is in threat. They are going to affect it. Tigers are killed for their skin, okay, their bones, their claws. Elephants are killed for their tusk. Bears are killed for their fur, okay, and rhinoceros killed for their horns. Yeah, have you seen that rhinoceros in television? Definitely you have seen. They have the thorns. Okay, so for them to obtain them, rhinoceros are going to kill. Clear? And these parts fetch high prices in market. Clear? So wildlife threat is another threat for biodiversity. Understood everyone? The second threat. Now come to the next threat. The next threat is pollution and climate change. Pollution and climate change is also one of the threat of biodiversity. Because of the pollution, it may be the air pollution, okay, maybe the soil pollution, any kind of pollution, that biodiversity is going to affect. And the climate change. Have you heard the term climate change? The climate of certain places are going to change slowly and slowly because of the pollution. Just take a very simple example. Because of air pollution, that is increasing carbon dioxide, the temperature of the earth is going to increase. Temperature of the earth is going to increase. Get it? So the areas of the earth where the temperature was suppose minus 40 before 10 years, and because of increasing the temperature, that temperature get increased. Now it becomes only minus 30 or minus 20 average temperature. So just this change in climate is going to affect the animals and the plants who are generally naturally found there. Yeah, because when once animal get adopted to live there, so it's not get again change easily, because adaptation is a very lengthy process. Is it not? So those animals who are adopted to live in minus 40, so there is a problem to live in minus 20. Alright? Understood or not? This is one of the example. And it occurs because of the climate change. Just like that, the amount of rainfall is also going to change. Okay, this also affects the biodiversity, that is plant species and animal species of a place. So pollution and climate change is also responsible for threat of biodiversity. And this mainly pollution and climate change occurs due to human activities. Is it? The human activities have caused pollution of air and pollution of water, pollution of land and all. Is it not? A lot of human activities are responsible for causing air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, and this pollution kills the organism that live in water bodies, live in soil, live in air. Because their climate gets changed. That is why they get killed. And the global warming due to increased emission of carbon dioxide is expected to melt the polar ice caps and result in the rise of sea level. As I told that the temperature is going to increase, and because of increasing the temperature, that frozen ice, yeah, like in glaciers, they are going to melt, and because of melting them, the sea level is going to increase. Is it? So that changes are going to occur in those glacier area, in sea area, and also because of increasing the sea level, the coastal areas are in the danger to flooded. Get it or not? If the level get increased, so flood will be there. So they all are going to affect the organism who are present there. Clear? Understood? And finally, you can say that this damage the coastal ecosystem. The overall ecosystem is going to damage. Is it? Now come to the next one. The next one is introduction of new species. Introduction of new species. Sometimes what happens? The new species introduced in an ecosystem by human disturbs the balance of the ecosystem. And for example, it may disturb existing food chain, and this may result in the death of certain species. When a new species is going to enter in a particular food chain, so that new species is responsible to damage the other species. Okay, so some species are going to becomes what? Finish because of their death, and the new species are going to enter. So this introduction of new species is also one of the threat of biodiversity, because it's going to affect the overall food chain of ecosystem. Clear? Understood? So these all are the threats of biodiversity, and I hope that you understood these all threats. Is it? Now the next topic is there, consequences of deforestation. As we have studied that deforestation is one of the threat of biodiversity. So because of this deforestation, what happens? What is the result of deforestation? This deforestation causes what? Okay, so different consequences are listed there in your chapter. Like the first one is, it causes an increase in soil erosion. Soil erosion increases because of deforestation, and reason you know very well. The roots of the trees are responsible for binding the soil particles. If the trees will get cut, so there is nothing who can bind the soil particle, and those soil particles freely can move either by flowing water, running water, or by running air. Is it not? Understood or not? So the soil erosion can increase, and soil erosion is what? Very harmful, because it is responsible to make an area unfertile. Uppermost soil is the fertile layer, and if this fertile layer is going to move, so the field becomes unfertile. Is it not? So this deforestation causes soil erosion, and how? You know very well. As the topsoil gets eroded, the lower hard and rocky soil with less humus gets exposed, and this soil is less fertile. Alright, and over time, continued soil erosion can convert the land into a desert, and this is called desertification. Just see that new word, desertification. It means a process by which deserts are formed. Okay, and how it's going to form? Because of moving the top fertile layer from a place. Get it? And this process is termed as desertification. Understood? Everyone? So this is all about today's class, and I hope that you understood all the topics which we have explained. Is it now? Now, next day we will discuss the next topic of the chapter.